Leadcore is a real interesting critter. I call it a living sinker. It has a thin filament of lead inside, so the entire length of line is a sinker without putting a weight at any one particular point. So basically, the more length of line you let out, the more weight is in the water and the deeper your lures are going to go. It's marked every 10 yards with a different color so we can tell how much length of line that we have out. Once we get our line length and our boat speed all fine-tuned, we can keep this an inch or two off of the bottom and troll for long distances.
Let's get the orange coming out the tip of the rod is where I want to be for this depth. That's what I've determined has been the good running depth. So I got the orange kind of sticking out there. And I should be in the zone now.
You know, this kind of technique didn't actually start out for walleyes. Leadcore line fishing originated for lake trout up in New York and into New England in the deep clear lakes up there. And then I think it made the transition to walleye fishing out at Lake McConaughey, Nebraska, which is a big deep reservoir. And some of the guys out there were using it. And probably, I think I'd have to credit the old walleye legend Bob Propp Sr. as being the guy who started bringing the Leadcore trolling tactic out to Lake Oahe and to some other places from where it spread. So right now, a lot of the walleye pros that tour the country and fish use this tactic, but surprisingly, it's still relatively unknown among the average angler. I think, let's see, I think it was Gary Parsons and Keith Cavais who brought this tactic to Lake Erie in the very early 90s at a walleye tournament that I can remember, and really shook up the walleye world, and it kind of spread from there. And that's actually how these tactics often get spread. Somebody brings it from an area where it's productive, introduces it to a new area, and the popularity explodes and takes off from there. So while it is present throughout the walleye world, though, it is far, far from being as popular as it should be. From down deep near the basin, probably 34 feet. Trolling small shad baits and minnow imitators on Leadcore is extremely effective when walleyes key on small bait fish or young of the year forage. Shad shapes include Rapla's solid or jointed Shad Rap 4s and 5s, and Storm Smash Shad in sizes 5 and 6. For minnow profiles, try Husky Jerk 6s, Tail Dancer 5s, Flat Wrap 6s, or Storm Junior Thundersticks. Connecting lures with a small snap makes it easy to experiment with different lure styles and colors to establish a preference from walleyes. In most conditions, we use a 10 or 12 pound test fluorocarbon leader about the same length as the rod. To attach a leader to Suffix 832 Leadcore, use a loop-to-loop connection or a double uni knot. Both knots are easy to tie and will pass freely through your rod guides without hang-ups or damage.